Hello, welcome to day 12 of our podcast series, Intensify. And today I want to talk about start immediately with a bias for action. In our last episode, I emphasized writing your goals and plans. Now, once you have written your plan, let action flow from it. This is something I learned several years ago. Once you have written your plan, let action flow. Don't plan and say, okay, one day I will do something. Once you have written your plan, immediately let action flow. There is something you can start doing immediately. Don't forget again that the first action always is to start in the spirit. And let me tell you one reason for that again. There are always forces that are working to hinder you from turning your plans to results. In Romans chapter 1, verse 13, Apostle Paul said, I want you to know, dear brothers and sisters, that I planned many times to visit you, but I was prevented until now. This is Apostle Paul. Great apostle says, I planned to visit you, but I was prevented. So, one of the things you do when you start in the spirit is to clear hindrances from your way that can prevent your plans from becoming results. Take charge in the spirit. I like to learn from the US military when they are going to fight. They don't just go and start deploying ground troops. They send Air Force before they deploy ground troops. In fact, the Air Force must have decimated the place, taking a lot of control before the ground troops come and finish the work. That's the mindset you must have in life. We're in a warfare, we're in battle. We're in battle against principalities and powers, whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not. So in this battlefield of life, always deploy your Air Force before you deploy your ground force. This is very important. Start in the spirit, continue in the spirit, and let action flow once you have determined what you want to do. Then start after you have mapped out your plans. There is something I always like to share with people I mentor, because a lot of people say, but what do I do? How do I start? I don't know what to do next. What I want is I don't even have it. I need this much. I need this much money. I need this much access. I need this much asset. I don't have it. So I can't start. Listen, if truly you have something that is coming to your heart, being born by God, there is no way. There is something you can start with. That what I call the principle of immediate access and assets. Principle of immediate access and assets, which means that always remember that your next level is connected to your current level. Your next level is always connected to your current level. Just like it's when you are climbing the steps, in a stairway, you realize that the next step you need to take is connected to the previous one. Everything that God is putting in your heart to do, there is something around you can start with. When God told Moses to go and deliver Israel from the hands of Egypt, he says, what do you have? He said, I have a rod. There was something in his hand. God used that. God used that to achieve a very difficult task. That was something he could easily access. Moses had that rod and he had access to it, and God used it. When David wanted to kill Goliath, that was a very challenging task, but God used what he had immediate access to. He was already very skillful with a sling and with stones, using a sling and a stone. And those combinations, he used that. So God is so faithful that what you need for your next level is always connected to your current level. And I will say it again. God is so faithful that whatever you need for your next level is always connected to your current level. Always remember that. Now, the challenge many times is that we want to start the way someone else has started. Or there is one big, grandiose idea that we have, or things that we have considered necessary, and they may not really be necessary for you to start. So, think about that. And I want to ask yourself this question. what do I have that I can start with? In what you're trying to do right now, what do you have that you can start with? You know, anytime you say, I'm ready to start, but I don't have what I need to start, then you are either looking at the wrong direction, or you are not ready, or you're not perceiving what is available to you. It can be as simple as making calls. I'll give an example. We had a lady who shared a testimony in church. She said she was praying and she just had this nudging to go look for a job. And she just picked her call and went online, browsed some sites, and started calling the owners of the businesses and said, I want to work for you. And to cut the long story short, she got a job. Sometimes just telling your friends, your family that this is what I want to do, this is the next step I want to do, or discussing with them, one thing can lead to the other. Sometimes you need to have a potential contact list or potential client list and begin to call and discuss with them. You need to make effort in the direction towards where you want to go. I like his testimony that a lady shared with us in Citizen Church. She said that she wanted to get a job and she just made 60 applications. She threw out over 60 applications and 2 came, and she got 2 in 1 week. Wow, I was like, really? 60? You know why I'm saying I was surprised? Because I know people in that same church that applied for 4 and they are crying. I did apply for 4 and they did not take me. And somebody applied for 60. So there is something you can do. Just something you can do. You want to build a house? Start making inquiries about it. You may not have money in your pocket, but go out and make inquiries. Start doing something about it. Start doing something. Don't just stay and say, oh, I don't have what it takes. Start small. God will always give you a seed to start. Just that many of us don't want to start from seed. We want to start from the stem or from the fruit. Again, ask yourself, what do I have in my hands to start with? Even God wanted to create the earth of 7 point something billion people that we have today. It started with 2 people. It started Christianity with 120 people in the upper room. If you look at the people on earth currently and the people God started with, is about 0.0000001%. So start with the things that you have immediate access with. Don't forget, start from who you are and also begin to look at what you have access to. When God, by the grace of God, I'm a presiding minister in a very thriving ministry, Christ Treasure Center. And when Cities was about to start, I looked at the people around me who I believe were good Christians, who had good hearts. They may not be perfect people, but they had good heart, because I also was not perfect. But they had good heart. You know, they love God. And we started meeting together. No building, no location, nothing. And one thing led to the other. Stop waiting for a perfect time or a perfect person. In the book of Ecclesiastes 11 verse 4, it says, farmers who wait for perfect weather never plant. If you watch every cloud, you will never harvest. Many times opportunities come in the traffic lights. You know, one thing about the traffic light is that not all the lights turn on at the same time. Is either going to be green, amber, or red. So you need to watch when there is a green and move. You know, a brother once confessed to me. He says, I'm so passionate to be a teacher of God's word, but I'm busy. My job and my family are so demanding that I don't even know where to start. I don't even have time to read the Bible. No, start. There is a way to start. Listen, I've always known that God will use me this capacity, and one day I'll be teaching and mentoring others. But do you know how I started? By organizing conferences once in a year. That was only what I could afford. I had some public holiday. I'll fix it at that time. I used to organize a program in January during public holidays. Once a year. Then later, twice a year. Then later, I started doing quarterly. Then later, I moved to monthly. Now, every week I'm teaching. In fact, I can even teach every day. I'm getting very soon. I'll get to. I'm actually doing a daily teaching right now. From one say, yeah, that is the way it works. Start with what you can start now. No matter what you're going through, you need to create time to start attending to the most important things in your life. You want to start a business, don't wait till you get all the money. You want to get a welding, you want to get a website, you want to get 2 staff, then a very good office. No. You have your phone, you have contacts. Start. That's what you have immediate access to. You want to get married, don't wait till you can have a flamboyant wedding. Do you have a stable means of income? Do you have a person that you want to get married to? Are you matured? Start. Go get married. Just do something. Stop waiting for the perfect man, waiting for the perfect woman. Once you have decided what you want to do, let action flow. Have a bias for action. Keep moving. It's like this world favors people who are moving. Just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. And very soon, you will get to your destination. I believe this has blessed you. If it has, make sure you share with your friends and family. And if this is your first time listening, subscribe and make sure you go through all the series, because it will surely, surely transform your life.